All right, guys, let's go into Tristana's passive as the first thing. So, draw a bead. It increases the range of attacks, explosive charge, and buster shot by 10 per level. So, basically, your
Wanna see
E
the
and R will
fireworks?
get increased range as the game goes longer, and also your auto attacks, they are also increased in range. So basically, the later stage you get and the higher level you also achieve, you'll basically get stronger in the game, which is really important because early game you're gonna have short range for yourself, and then longer in the game you'll be able to attack from really far, which is really cool. So that's
Bring
basically
on
how the
the
passive
vortex.
works. We should now start with the first ability. So the first ability is rapid fire, which gains 30% bonus attack speed for 5 seconds. So, for example,
Engaging.
here's my normal auto attacks, and then once I
Hold my
upgrade
ult.
my skill and use it, I get faster attack speed, which is amazing. So, I recommend you to start that as your first ability in the laning phase. It's really good. It gives you a lot of attack speed, and let's say you need to take a trade,
Put
it could be
myself through
beneficial
some.
in
Come
getting
on.
more DPS out. The second ability is Rocket Jump. You leap to a target location, dealing 60 magic damage and slowing nearby enemies by 60% for 1 second. That's a lot. Takedowns and fully stacked explosive charge detonations on champions reset Rocket Jump's cooldown. So basically, when your E ability fully detonates, you'll get a reset, or if you kill someone, you'll get a reset in your Rocket Jump. So you should keep that in mind so you could get an extra
Middle
rocket
turret is
jump
under
in.
attack.
So let's
Footwear's a
demonstrate
helmet.
that. Basically, you could rocket leap from over the wall. Let's put on our cooldown for a second. You can go over the wall anywhere. You could just jump around, but obviously not this quick. But in order to get the slow, what you have to do is you have to jump on the enemy and boom, 60% slow for 1 second. So it goes pretty quickly. Now, I recommend you
Get in my
getting
way?
Rocket Jump
I dare
as
you.
second if you're against a jungler that could gank you really easily. So you could have it as an escape. But if not, I recommend upgrading your E ability. So let's get into our E ability. Explosive Charge. The passive. Enemies explode when killed by Tristana's attacks, dealing 40% magic damage to nearby enemies, like as Splash. Active. Places a bomb on an enemy or turret, dealing 61 physical damage to nearby enemies. Tristana's attacks and abilities charge the bomb's damage by 30%, stacking 4 times. Bombs explode immediately at full stacks. Explosion radius is doubled for bombs placed on turrets. Okay, so now this is where it gets interesting.
See the
When you
fireworks?
cast the bomb on its own,
Engaging.
you cast the charge, over time it'll eventually detonate. But that's really bad because you want to proc it as fast as possible. So we're going to call it in and then auto attack, and we'll cast it faster. So you can see the
Get
colors
in my
change
way?
from
I
yellow
dare
to
you.
red and to almost like breaking. It looks pretty cool. So there's
Here's some
nothing much
food.
too special to it. It does splash damage. Now, if you're against enemies that are stacked like this, I
The
actually
dragon
recommend
has
you to
spawned.
use your target lock and aim it
Footwear's
to
a
which
helmet.
opponent you want to do, or you will kind of miss, and you don't want to do that. But yeah, so basically, you get a lot of splash damage down. Now, the last ability to go over is the Buster Shot. That is so cool. Fires a massive cannonball at an enemy. Now, I want to
You
keep this
don't hurt
dummy
him if you
here,
know
so I'm
when.
going to use it on one of these. Alright, so when we call it in, basically, you get shot super far and getting knocked back. So as you can see, I'm just sending this guy over, and we'll see him later, okay? Like look how far he goes, and he basically gets knocked. And yeah, so basically those are all the abilities. The abilities of Tristana is very simple, but the combos are going to be very important. So I'm just going to max out all my abilities really quick. And the first combo we're going to go over,
Middle
guys,
turret is
is
under
using
attack.
your W and E abilities. So what this means is when you use your rocket jump, you could also cast your explosive charge. So as you can see, I'm going to jump and cast it at the same time. Okay? If you see that and notice that,
Bring
it's going to
on
be
the
really important. So
vortex.
you want to make sure you practice that
You look so
and do it as much
calm.
as possible because that's really important to pull off. You need to have fast fingers and do it. Now that is one combo. That is one combo if you just have those two abilities. But what you got to do is you got to utilize your W, E, and R into this, right?
Fireworks
Because
on
you
the
want to
way.
stack
I
it
dare
4 times so you can proc the bomb as soon as possible. So what you want to do is you're going to rocket jump, you're gonna cast your grenade, your explosive charge at the same time, and then after like one or two auto attacks, you want to use your ult. So watch me do this. Boom, and it is gonna explode. So it's as simple as that. And obviously, right now, I don't have much attack speed, so it takes me some time to detonate. And this is where you can use all four of your abilities. Because not only can you cast your E, you can also cast your Q at the same time while in the rocket jump. So as you can see, I casted them all. I could literally cast all the abilities. So let's try to perform this as clean as possible for you guys. Boom. I just casted them all. And you want to make sure, you really want to make sure you don't ult them too far away. This is a way that you can mess up the combo, is where you jump, cast, and then use your ult too fast, and now they're too far, and the bomb's still ticking. So you want to make sure you give yourself a perfect amount of time to then use your ult as a finisher, which is really good. And then when you kill the opponent, you'll get your rocket jump back up again. So those are all the combos you need to know. But one really quick fact that you should know is when using your E ability in lane, something you want to keep in mind is when a minion's low, you can use it on a minion and then finish it, and it could get some splash damage down. So let's say you're against a long range opponent and you can't really put a grenade down. Like, you're not going to have this long of a range. You could actually cast it on a minion and then auto attack it to blow it up. So I just feel like that's an important fact to know. But with that, that's all of Tristana's abilities and combos. And I actually believe that Tristana might be actually one of the most broken ADCs to be using. But with that, let's go into the builds and runes you should be using. Okay, boys, we are now taking a look at the loadout you're going to be wanting to run on Tristana. Let's first start off with the items. The items you're going to want is Bork, GA, Stasis, Phantom Dancer, IE, and Mortal Reminder. Now, you can switch Mortal Reminder with something else if you're not against tanks. Now, this is a really good build because the Bork gives you a lot of damage and attack speed early game, especially paired up with your Q ability. You're going to be doing a lot of damage per second. Also, you need to run Guardian Angel in your build because of how broken Guardian Angel is right now. It's just, it should not be allowed in the game, and it's so broken for ADCs not to buy. Now, Stasis is just always good to play safe into Assassins, and that's basically the main point of the build. Now, for the runes, runes are very simple. You're going to want to run Conqueror, Champion, Spirit Walker, and the Sweet Tooth. Now, Champion, you might be like, why would I want to run Champion? Since you have a rocket jump in the early stage of the game, it's almost impossible for you to die. So getting this 10% damage increase is super broken in the laning phase against other ADCs. So you just got to you could play aggressive and just rocket jump across the map. So it's super good. And for the spells, you're going to want to run heal and flash. I hope this helped you learn all the combos and build/runes you should be using. If you want to see other guides, I do have a guide on Kennen that you could check out. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.